on? What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and it's Tuesday morning. Whole lot of stuff to talk about. I see it. My starting five is in the building. Let me check them out and see who they are today. Starting five, the five people that sign up onto the Chop Shop feed via both platforms, and they all accumulated on the screen. So I look at the screen and I got D Holcomb at the top of the screen on this screen. Okay, but D Holcomb, this other screen, man, I ain't got you, man. I got to watch D Holcomb. I got you on this screen. Wait a minute, let me see. Okay, D Holcomb, we got Chris Charles, we got Corey Willis, we got Jeremy Davis, and Rod Wells. That's the starting five. But I take a look at all my devices, man, because I want to shout out. Sixth man was Daryl Anderson on the main feed. But when I look over here, Jason Peters, they ain't been up here a while, but he didn't say nothing. See, Jason, when you come on and don't say nothing, it might not pop up, man. Who else I got? I saw somebody. I saw Mika. I saw you, Mika. I saw Mindy. Alex is still. I see Alex. I like to see. I'm listening on the road in Boston, headed back to Houston. Outstanding. Bill Russell segment yesterday. Thank you, man. You know I got more. What's up, JP? Thank you, JP. Put me, JP. You got to let me know you're in here. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got? Oh, my main man, Lupe. Hold up, Lupe. You been boycotting the Chop Shop? Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of felt some type of way. I mean, Lupe used to be on. He just got a little too busy for me. But man, what's going on? What else we got? Hey, Kevin Lewis had a nice background. Yes, man. Them two bad dudes behind me, man. And I got the alley. I'm gonna put the alley summit behind Jimmy. But man, this dude, man, it's just so much that it just never stopped going with. Cause we got a coach coming on a little later on today. Brandon, Chappelle, Coach Chappelle from Brandon Chappelle from University of Texas, formerly of Lamar, then UNLV, and now what's up, Herbie? And now he's at University of Texas on the 40 acres. Mindy. Man, I was talking baseball yesterday, Herb, I was coming up with all this baseball stuff, and Mindy wasn't there, because she always thinks she the only one to know something about baseball, right? And I was coming up with all this stuff, Herb. She wasn't nowhere to be found yesterday. And but yes. No, I got a whole section for that, Mindy. I got a whole section for that. What's up, Brad? What's up, Robert Young? I saw you, man. Hey, my golf partners is in the building. But y'all, I got so much. I got to get all this stuff in before. First of all, I got to go back to Bill Russell again, because I'm going forever. Y'all just don't understand. The more I got something to show y'all. I'm gonna make it quick. But Bill Russell, he was always a winner. Okay, I want y'all to understand this, because some of us don't know the history of all of this stuff. Hold on, what's that about? Some of them don't know the history, because a lot of this stuff I didn't know. And maybe if I didn't know it, some of y'all probably didn't know it. But he didn't come to the Celtics, y'all. I'm going to repeat that. And I don't know if y'all noticed today. He didn't come to the Celtics to become a winner, okay? Boston was just along for the ride. And I'll never forget Tommy Heinsohn. Tommy Heinsohn said this. This is Boston now. You got to remember, he played in Boston. He said, it's one of his teammates. He said, all I know is this guy won 2 NCAA championships in a row. 2 in a row. Okay. 50-some college games in a row. Karen Thomas. Y'all just going, all you people, hey, Brian Bowright, all you people with this recent history, how many people, since we just forgot about Bill Russell, How many people do y'all heard of? Who y'all talking about now? Cause none of these guys, Paulo and all of them, they ain't none of this. Won 2 NCAA championships in a row. Won 50-some college games in a row. Went to the Olympics in 56, won the Olympics. Went to Boston and won 11 out of 13 championships. 11 out of 13 championships. 11 out of 13 championships. He won as a rookie. Didn't win as a second-year man. But I got to go back to him. But shout out to Curtis Stewart. Curtis, let me tell you something, man. Shout out to you and your beautiful wife, Akisa Stewart. They celebrated 21 years of marriage yesterday, y'all. They've been together for 23 years, man. Man, hold on. I got something for y'all. Hold on. I got to give y'all a little bit more. Whoa. I got something. Hold on. 21 years? That woman to put up with you? Oh, my God, Curtis. 23 years? Shout out to Akisa. Shout out to you too, Curtis. But, man, shout out to y'all, man. Congratulations. Keep it up. Proud of you. Everything you've done in the summer basketball community, how you guided your son through high school. Y'all got through this mess, and y'all still watch the Chop Shop. A lot of you parents come and get the Chop Shop and use it up, and then when your son go to college, you know who your friends are. I don't need them. I don't need them no more. But they ain't thinking about the people that's coming after them. Not thinking about the people that's coming after them, that they need this information. It's just, I see you, Akisa. Congratulations. 21 years, 23 years together, but 21 years of marriage, man. Y'all, I'm so proud of y'all. It's unbelievable, but I just thank y'all, man, for still supporting the Chop Shop, even after Caleb is going on to college. Cause I know some people, I ought to call them out. Soon as they son graduate, I don't need it, but they got their weight was on here. But guess what? They don't understand. We got to plant our seeds for the next generation, because it's another mama and another daddy might need that information that Akisa and Curtis can give them. And it's just unbelievable. But Akisa, I'm off y'all right now. I love y'all, but I got to get back to Bill Russell. I got to. All right? Y'all know I love y'all. I'm going to talk about y'all some more, but I got to get back to Bill Russell. And hold up, y'all. And I was talking about Tommy Heinsohn said this. He said, all I know is the guy won 2 NCAA championships in a row, 50-some college games in a row, the 56 Olympics, went to Boston, won 11 out of 13 championships, and then they named a tunnel in Boston after Ted Williams. I'm going to let that soak in. Mindy Collins. Yes, I know who Ted Williams was. That's who glove I had when I was a little boy. Mindy. But y'all, I got to share this with y'all. I don't know if y'all have heard it. Keith, in an interview in 2014, Bill Russell, in that interview, he talked about meeting Martin Luther King the night before his famous I Have a Dream speech from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. He said, I had the good fortune of meeting him the night before he made the I Have a Dream speech. This Bill Russell talking. He said, we were staying at the same hotel. And he was about to go dinner, and I was about to go eat dinner. We was going to 2 different places, different restaurants, of course. He said, and they introduced us, and he asked me, Mr. Russell, why aren't you on the podium with us? Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I love about this man. Bill Russell said he respectively declined. And Martin Luther King said, why? Bill Russell said, you folks have been working at this putting this thing together for over a year. And I haven't done anything. And I got no business up there saying, look at me. Look what we did. But he did say, I did sit on the front row and I enjoyed it. Think about that, y'all. Think about the humility. You know, a bunch of us, man, put me on the chop shop. Put me on this. Ain't did nothing. This man, he was funding them. He was help funding them. He would talk about this stuff a lot. And I don't know if y'all knew that. I didn't know that. Some of y'all so smart and so brilliant. You know, I'm the ignorant one. All ignorant mean you don't know. And I didn't know until a few days ago. If you just look, listen to me. If I don't get nothing into y'all head, if you just look at the stuff that he did in the civil rights capacity, you would say, what an incredible life this man has led. But oh, by the way, he's one of the greatest basketball players to ever live on the side. That's the part, ladies and gentlemen, that blows my mind, Ron Curtis. While doing all this stuff, he was also competing and winning at a level that no one has ever seen in history of team sports in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, James Baldwin was right. Malcolm X was right. Martin Luther King was right. Muhammad Ali was right. Jackie Robinson was right. Bill Russell was right. Tommy Smith, fist up in the air, 1968 Olympics, was right. John Carlos, his teammate, fist in the air, was right. Colin Kaepernick was right. Don't you let these other, don't just go look at to know a man. I keep telling y'all, to know a man, just go look at his history. His history, not his story. Because his story, he can tell you anything. Look at what he's done. And we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but it's just so much stuff. I got a couple of things I want to show you. Some people have never told me they have never seen Bill Russell, no highlights of him. Let me see. Can I bring? Let me give you some important things that y'all probably didn't even know. Watch this.
The NBA had high hopes for the 1964 All-Star Game, which was scheduled for prime time on ABC. Russell and many of the game's biggest stars had other ideas. For once, they had leverage. They decided to fight for improved player rights.
So who was it? It was you and Oscar.
Wilt, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor.
This was like the first sports labor near strike that's ever happened.
We're supposed to talk the day before the game. It was a huge snowstorm. And so the audience said, well, everybody couldn't get here, so we can't do it. We'll talk to you next year. That was not good enough. So we said, we're not going to play. They said, well, the hell with it. Well, we just won't have a game. But they had their first contract with ABC to televise the first All-Star game. And ABC says, you want us to broadcast your games? You can't even get your players on the floor. They wanted that big TV money. So they said, well, if you guys play the game tonight, at the end of the season, they'll recognize the Players Association.
You know, when I was researching my book, I was always amazed that I didn't even know that story until I did the research. It feels like that 64 All-Star Game and then everything that happened after should have been remembered a little more than it was. Because that day basically paved the way for guys now.
Yeah, well, I think it happened in all sports.
Y'all see why it's so important for us to know? How many people knew that? No, I didn't. How many people knew that? Then I look at some stats. Y'all, let me tell you something. See, I had to talk about the man first. Now I'm going to give you some of these stats. Amazing fact. Bill Russell was an NBA champion 85% of the seasons he played. You know how y'all be talking about? He ain't got no ring. He ain't got no ring. Y'all favorite. He ain't got no ring. He ain't got, y'all know who y'all be talking about. He ain't got no ring. He got all this, Robbie. He ain't got no ring. But people forget this man, how his greatness. Did y'all hear what I said? He was an NBA champion 85% of the seasons he played. He won 11 out of 13, man. And then we talk about this GOAT stuff. Y'all, you know how y'all be, man, who to go, he to go. Go. Right? But do any of y'all talk about him? Have any of y'all, I'm serious. Have anybody? Man, when I think about this dude, man, I just go over. I'm just going down and going down. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. What I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna put while I'm talking to y'all. I'm gonna just put Bill Russell. Watch this. Put Bill Russell in my notes, right? I put him in my notes, right? And I clicked the button too quick. I put him in my notes and a lot of stuff. So that, I mean, over the years, I've been talking about this man a whole lot. And not necessarily talking about him, but just studying him. Just studying him. I'll put it like that. Just studying him. And it's amazing, man. I go all the way back. I'm trying to find my first one. Hold up. That I wasn't talking about. Hold up. Trying to find the first one. 2013. Look at the bottom. 2013. And it said, it was talking about Johnny Unite. It was talking about icons. It mentioned Johnny Unitas and him and just a lot of icons. Let me go back. Let me get a good one. Bill Russell. Hold on. Let me see what they talked about on this one. Man, it's just funny. I got it. Oh, how much he led and Bill Russell, most valuable player awards and all that kind of stuff. I'm just keep going. Bill Russell again. Bill Russell. I'm trying to find something. Bill Russell. Bill Russell, who gives out the MVP, finals MVP trophy, just went into the Warriors locker room. I mean, he's just always at the game. Now the MVP trophy is named after him now. That is Moody. I'm just going down. Bill Russell. You know, I guess I put Bill, and there's a whole lot of Bills. Let's see what this Bill Russell playing George Gervin. Y'all, guess what I did this morning? I called George Gervin this morning. He said, hi, I'm coming on your show. He just so cool. And I just told him, I promise you, I said I was on the show and I didn't really want to say when Russell died and I thought about you. I said, man, I was on the show and I thought about you and I told the people on the show I was going to call you and I called him. And man, that's history. I just hate I didn't talk to Bill Russell enough. I had a chance to talk to Earl Monroe before. And now I wish I'd have just kept talking to him. I remember at the All-Star game in Jason Peters not in D.C., in L.A., I got a chance to talk to Lou Lord. He was going to come on the show. Not far after that, guess what? He passed away. And like I said yesterday, man, it's, we can go on and on. A lot of our stars are still alive. John Lucas. That's walking history. Don't listen. Don't reduce John Lucas to a AAU. A dude got an AAU team. I don't want to be on his AAU team. Please don't, ladies and gentlemen. He's a walking history. He was the number one player picked in the draft. He was the number one tennis player in the. That ain't never happened before, ever. So let's not reduce him. I know you don't like, I know some of y'all don't like certain people in the organization. I already know the coaches and all the people. I understand that. But let's not reduce. This guy's a walking encyclopedia. So we got to get all we can. Share the show. We got to get all we can out of these guys. Man, I can't wait to get off the show so I can call Iceman again and just talk to him. Y'all do me a favor, email me some questions that y'all want me to ask it. Because I just wanna sit down, man. How many of y'all had the Iceman trophy in your dorm room? Or in your bedroom? He's sitting on a block of ice, a Nike commercial. How many? I know I had it. I had the Moses Malone one too. So we just got our sport is so young, man. And basketball. It's 75 years old. Baseball been here, like I said yesterday, since the 1800s. Football and hockey been here since the 1900s. They got a deeper history than in the NBA. And our leaders and our legends, when they had the first, in I think it was 96. Was it 96? They did the first 50. All 50 greatest players. I think all of them was alive except one. I think all of them except one. Might have been one guy. But now, since in the last decade, a lot of them has passed away. So just let's take care of history a little bit better. And baseball, Mindy, I got that in my notes already. Mindy, the Washington Nationals have a deal in place, Mindy. I don't know if the deal been consummated yet. But as I came on the show, they had a deal in place to send Juan Soto, who I've been bragging about, who I was talking about, the home run champ the other day, to the San Diego Padres for a package that includes multiple high-ranked prospects according to multiple people with knowledge of the matter. Check this out. Juan Soto will be the first player in MLB history. Mindy Collins, where's she at? Age 23 or younger to change teams mid-season the year he was an all-star. Joe Lewis said, my first recollection of the NBA was seeing Iceman and Dr. J posters and I hear you. Iceman, Bernard King, Magic, yeah. Okay. Y'all, I mean, I didn't never say Bill Russell. Bill Russell was never my favorite player. I like him now since I know all he done. Y'all know how I am. I know now that I know what kind of man. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, Mindy. The Padres would get the get a world, what is it? The World Series champion, an MVP runner-up, 2-time Silver Slugger, Mindy, a home run derby champion, and also the youngest player in NL history to win a batting title. That was all for you. That was all for Mindy Collins today. But Mindy, no, you always running your mouth. yeah. But in other news, I got to get all this stuff out the way, y'all. I got a couple more things for you. Yeah, I'm messing with you. Did y'all see the transfer portal tweet that's going around? I'll wait till the coach get here. We're going to talk about that. And women, I want to talk to them. I was going to talk to y'all tomorrow. But I just, I just, I got a question because Jimmy brought it up yesterday. I'm bringing it up a little bit. Somebody help me. What in the hell is a non-violent sexual assault? Somebody help me. Talking about the Deshaun Watch. This was what her name, Sue Robinson came up with. Sue L. Robinson. Because Mindy, I went to the CD. I talked to the CDC. You know, what's that? The Center for Disease Control. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Defines sexual violence as sexual activity where consent is not freely given. I got to share this with y'all, you know, because the Cleveland Rape Center crisis said they were disappointed in the 6 games. But I ain't blaming nobody. Let me tell you something. I don't know who to blame. But I know Deshaun Watts. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to find something. All of this stuff could have been avoided. You know, I'm not casting nothing on you, man. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I love the way you play football. Something happened, and we'll never. And it ain't our business, I guess. But they making it out of the business. But let me tell you what the Cleveland. See that? But the Cleveland fans always remember, Mindy, you put a key word in there, Mindy, and I'm glad you did it, girl. You just a woman. Tell Dennis he just. Mindy, you got to explain to me that contest that Dennis and the pastor was having the other night, and you taped it. I didn't understand. I want to know that contest. I found it intriguing. But you said the fans don't care, and you're absolutely right, Mindy. They don't care. Remember, I said fan is the root word for fanatic. But the Cleveland, and I'm just going to give people who haven't been looking at the Deshaun Watson. Some people don't care. I know some people say, Robert. I know an old lady told me, Robert, that young man didn't do that. Those girls just trying to get some money. Listen, some people in my own family. Well, they got some money. We don't know how much. But the Cleveland Rape Center crisis shared a statement yesterday, and I just want to share with y'all because I'd like to give y'all information. So Brad, when you're at the diner eating, you can have this information. Let me see. I'm trying to get Jimmy on right quick. Let me see. Okay, let me get him on. I see you there, Jimbo. I'm just going. I got to get this to y'all. They said. Let me see. They said they issued a statement. They said calling out the suspension. This is the Cleveland Center for Crisis Center, the Rape Crisis Center, Jimmy. They gave a statement saying the Cleveland Brown quarterback, Deshaun Watson, just 6 games. Watson has settled 23 of the 24 lawsuits filed by massage therapists who accused him of sexual misconduct. This is the Center of Rape Control. I'm gonna give you a little bit more of what they said. He said they're disappointed by the decision, given dangerously mirrors the flaws in our criminal justice system. She said this suspension dangerously mirrors the flaws in our criminal justice system. Great term. I like that. And sent a grave message to our communities. Far too often, those in position of power R. Kelly, and celebrity who commit violence against others. What's the little rapper? He got out of jail for rape once. He just check yourself, watch yourself. What's that dude? Mystical. He back in trouble again. He done it again. But celebrity who commit violence against others and are not held accountable for their actions. These ongoing headlines are triggering for so many. To the survivors out there, y'all, District Center for a Rape Crisis Center in Cleveland said, we say we see you and we believe you. Your story matters. And I'd like to echo that. Ladies, young ladies, your story matters. Somebody taking advantage of you. Call it out. Call it out. But I just wanted to share that, Jimmy. I didn't want to go too much more about it. I just had to give the other side of it, because we got some people, got some women have been just and men too, that has been abused. Whoever you are, being abused sexually or whatever, people find it hard. It's men too, and just need to get help. But Jimmy, what's going on, man? Got another thing I want to share with y'all today. It's I know we got a guest coming on. He done checked in already. He's excited. But Jimmy, the NFL suspended and fined Dolphins owner Stephen Ross and stripped the team of 2 draft choices for violating policies governing the integrity of the game, the league announced Tuesday. Jimmy, they didn't know this, but they want us to talk about this and get off of that Deshaun Watson stuff. I know how they work. I've been around them for 30 years. So they want us talking about this. Then Brian Flores, he was a part of that suit, right? He was a part. He the one that spilled the beans on him, right? In a statement, he said today, I am disappointed. See, everybody disappointed. I'm disappointed to learn that the investigator minimized Mr. Ross' offers and pressure to tank games, especially when I wrote and submitted a letter at the Dolphins, at the time to the Dolphins executive, documented my serious concerns. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, it's interesting the way the NFL, the way for the NFL to change the discussion, move away from Deshaun Watson's. Jimmy, guess what the report said? Predatory behavior. This what they was talking about Deshaun. He was like stalking. Jimmy, they had another word that was so. Jimmy, hold up. I got to find this word for you, Jimmy. Hold up. They had another word. What that word at? They said some good stuff. Oh, here it is. Egregious and predatory. Then, Jimmy, premeditated predatory behavior. They said in the report, Watson think of the massage therapists as prostitutes. This was all in the report. And the lady just said, Sue Robinson said, look here, y'all. I'm a judge. Do y'all know what judges do? They always look at precedents. Cases before. Precedents. Cases before. That's how judges. The Supreme Court always look at. That's why they go back to the Roe versus Wade, Brown. That's why they always go back there, because they're always trying to seek precedents. The lady said, when I look at it, and I look at what I looked at what Ben Roethlisberger got. I'll get with this dude. These dudes here was a little more. These dudes here was a little more. Had a little more violence. I mean, the lady just said, with the rules and the rules y'all gave me, I couldn't find him, man. But 6 games. And I like how they did this, Jimmy. Because guess what? We can't get mad at Roger Goodell right now, because Roger Goodell, you remember? Y'all fire Roger Goodell. Not you, Chris Walker. Fire him. Robert, they gonna fire him. I said, Chris Walker, I never forget. I said, Chris Walker, he's not firing him. Matter of fact, he got a raise, Chris. He got a raise. But Chris, I said, think about Roger Goodell, y'all. He takes all the hits that the owners don't want to take hit. He get paid $50 million and got a company jet to take hits. Jimmy, I know you'll take them damn hits. Hey, I'm gonna take them. I take hits anyway. I take hits from these folks anyway. Jimmy, I might as well get $50 million and have a jet to take hits. But Roger Goodell can sit back now, Jimmy, and come out like the hero. Guess what he can come and do now, Jimmy? Thursday, right? The deadline. Look here, y'all. I just didn't think that was enough. I'm finna fine him $10 million and give him tack on him some more games. Jimmy, people gonna say, Roger doesn't say, Roger, nah. Man, y'all this happened. Y'all remember I told y'all. Roger Goodell can come in, and then he can come in and Jimmy said, hey, enough is enough. But I'm just telling y'all what it is. It's just unique. But Jimmy, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I talked to some women yesterday. Some women heard about it. And then I talked to some more women. They said, dang, them girls. I talked to the massage therapist I was telling you about, Jimmy. And she just said, Robert, Jimmy, do you know they got a term in the masseuse book called pitching a tent? Jimmy, that's a term. Do anybody know what that is? Did you know that was a term in the masseuse? That means when you get aroused and a man, women can't pitch no tent. Yeah, Jimmy, she was talking to me. Jimmy, she was talking to me so raw. I was kind of offended. She talking about it's certain places when you Sean Davis said, yup. She was just telling me. She said, and Deshaun don't lack certain things. I got certain tools he don't lack and like that. But she said, Robert, she said, when I first talked to you, Robert, I found it hard to believe. She said, but I didn't know you don't supposed to have that many different people working on you, Robert. So Jimmy, all that support she had, like I called her early in the game. She didn't have all this information, she said.
Yeah. Hold on.
Come on.
How many is too many?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
I mean,
I'll put it like this. I talked to one of my athletes. He said he was in the league for 14 years. He didn't have but 3 different ones.
Okay.
He had one, and then if that wasn't there, one in one city and one in another city. And if that wasn't there, he had another 3 in 14 years.
Okay. So I'm saying you mentioned I think you meant insinuated a female you talked to.
Yeah, it was a female. Hell yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just curious. I'm really talking at her, to her.
Okay.
Whoever she may be watching right now.
I'm gonna tell her to watch the show.
Because you said you quoted her, paraphrased her as saying, "I didn't know he had that many."
Yeah. Well,
out the gates, when we first heard the case, it started out with about 12 out the gates.
She thought them was lies.
Okay, so that's the thing. So it wasn't how many. You thought them 12 was like. I'm like, that's an exuberant amount of a number. Because think of it like this.
Well, he don't have no. Man, his fiancés ain't got them. That ain't his fiancé. That's his girlfriend.
No, that ain't his fiancé.
Mindy?
She ain't even claimed the fiancé tag.
No, she ain't even claimed that.
That ain't his fiancé. Well, not as of 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. They just chilling. They in a good space, so to speak. But my thing was, I was just thinking about that. How many? Now, secondly, you skipped over something about the owner.
Which owner?
The NFL.
Stephen Ross.
The NFL downplaying the part about this man and the $100,000 in them tanking them games. So that was the most important charge. However, it still helps him. It don't hurt his lawsuit.
No.
It don't hurt his lawsuit.
No.
It basically it helps supports.
And he
most
said
of the
he's
stuff.
just disappointed that they didn't go there. Yeah.
Because basically what they're saying in the investigation, guys, the Miami Dolphins owner was that, yeah, I said that, but he know I wasn't playing. I wasn't serious about that. Everybody saying, so that was one of those types of rebuttals that they gave during the deposition or the investigation. Once again, so they acknowledged that it was said, but they said it was just, the owner was like, man, I wasn't serious about that. Why would I do something like that? That's preposterous. He was in the room, tell him. And then they go to depose them, and they was like, well, I didn't think he was serious either. So it was kind of like one of those things.
Oh, hey, Jimmy, that's smart lawyering. That's smart.
Also, let's not forget now, since this happened to be one of the topics of the week, because it's going on. You see in the NBA, they all of a sudden now they want to get serious. You see this, the tampering rule. So now it comes out that this owner done solicited Tom Brady not once but at least twice. See, one thing about these investigations about this stuff, and I know, guys, I done been in them things before. Not for that type of reason, but been in them before. And here's the thing. In most cases, when a person admits to something, I did this one, I can almost guarantee you it was that one.
He did both. He did. Okay.
I did this one. I confessed to this one. If he confessed to this one, it was that one. Meaning that he confessed to meeting Tom Brady twice. And on the last time, was when Tom Brady retired and before he came right back. Get what they did? Get what they offered Tom Brady? They offered Tom Brady one of them John Elway packages. They offered him. You can go in the upper man. Hold on. First of all, offer you a stake in the ownership of the team. I think the Serena, do those girls still got a piece of that?
Yeah, they got a piece. Yeah, they got a little small piece.
But I mean, they got a Ursher, one of them Ursher deals, like Ursher got with the Cavs. They got one, and that was popular back in the days. Let's just give them a paint,
minority stake,
a paint, so they can get 2 seats down at the bottom or in the whatever. But anyway, but seriously, they offered Tom Brady a ownership piece, and he would have a role, but he would have to play. And then Tom Brady looked around the room and was like, man, I ain't gonna be able to I ain't finna mess with all them babies on that team. I mean, I ain't got time to be teaching all the dudes come to that line, knock my ass loose. No.
And Jimmy, the key thing is he was under contract with the Patriots while under contract with the Bucs. Brady had contact with the Dolphins while under contract with the Patriots. And while him and somebody in Miami dated, Tom Brady was complicit in this too now. He won't face no disciplination though. They said, but it doesn't reflect. He was complicit in this, Jimmy, because it takes 2 to tango. It takes 2 to tango, Jimmy. But Jimmy, all of them do it. I'm happy to announce that I've been named the head coach. Okay, I thought you already said that, Herb. We done said this. We're gonna put it up here again. Did you just sign the contract? Wait a minute. They were tampering with you earlier, Herb. Explain this to us, Jimmy. We might have some tampering charges.
When did he say it before? It's my first time.
He been saying it. He been tweeting it. He done said it before.
I made sure I don't.
No, you probably weren't on there.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Not like people would even believe. I try to,
Herb, I got a question. Were they tampering with you when they came? And Herb, I want to know, what is Provision? I didn't know Provision was still alive and well. Jimmy?
I mean, I don't know. They got a brick and mortar, so yeah.
Jimmy, hold up. Ain't you the wait a minute. Ain't you still Jimmy Hickster, RCS Sports basketball guru, and you don't know about a high school basketball team?
But I'm transitioning into Jim Hicks, the event operator. Remember that?
Oh, so you don't care? Oh, yeah, okay. I got you. Okay, I got you.
I tried to rally around. I rallied some young fellas together. Hopefully, they can get inspired to take this thing over. Just like
Gotcha.
Mike Kuntz, that did the same thing. Rally some young guys together, but at the same time, take it over. But then you're gonna give me my parents off the deal because I've created this company.
Jimmy, it's called Wet Your Beak.
Yeah. So that, but then once they get it and they realize it's here for the taking, they got to put in a lot of work though. For anybody that's been in my office, they know it's a lot of work to be done.
Jimmy, let me butt in. Kevin Freitman. Go to YouTube and go back to the beginning of the show. I done talked about the Padres and Juan Soto, and he out of all the places they want to send him, they want to send him where my other dude is. So both of my dudes on the same team. So you don't have to say it. You done said it 10 times on it. You don't have to say it no more. Herb said I never said it. I didn't want the haters to drop in the salt on my neck. Oh, okay. But Herb, I done heard it. Okay. Oh, we just got it today. So the deal is finalized. So we got okay, so if the kids over at this school can't play, then we go, oh, he implied it. Okay, my bad. Okay, Tom Brady, he implied it, Jimmy. He implied it. Okay. All right, so now where were you going, Jimmy? So you the transition.
I was just thinking, it's like you mentioned the judge in this thing, and here's what I picked up early this morning, is that this stuff is far from over. With this Deshaun, the Players Association is going to stand down.
Yeah, they already
but the pressure is mounting towards Roger Goodell, because somehow in their bylaws and in their paperwork, he made the decision to stand down. But so the paperwork,
he still got the power though.
The paperwork, yes, he has the whip and he can crack it. So the pressure is going to mount on him, and if he doesn't,
Jimmy, how much pressure can he get?
But like this,
where the pressure gonna come from? Who finna mess with it?
Well, you know how that stuff. You got to realize how it depends on if the right batch collection of supporters, of revenue drivers, band coming in unison, then it moves the needle in some form or fashion. It just depends if the right band of sponsors, fans.
Guess what he gonna tell them, Jimmy? Guess what he gonna tell them? Look, everybody was talking about that I handled other things wrong. This time I got a woman, a judge, to do this matter and handle this matter. An independent judge. Why you still mad at me? You know the people you talking about who's gonna argue, that's what he gonna come at. He gonna say, y'all got on me about being the judge, the jury, and executioner. So what I did, I said, okay, I'm not hands off. I'm gonna allow an independent person to take a look at these things. Maybe I'm too close to these situations. Maybe I'm too easy on the players. Let me see what she say. Jimmy, you got to realize, Roger Goodell, this is why I told you he looking good to me. Roger Goodell wanted a year. He said, I want him to suspend it for a year in the beginning. Roger Goodell means the NFL. The NFL is Roger Goodell. I want a year out of him. But the lady came back and did 6 games. So why they mad at Roger unless they don't know the facts? But Roger said, I want a year. And I want to find him I forgot how much money. Because they had talked to Deshaun. Man, hey player, you want to go on? You want to go on? Let this settlement thing. We can get this thing done. But I'm finna fine you $10 million. No, there you go again. Okay. Now, Jimmy, he got the wherewithal now. He can walk in here before Thursday and tack on however many more games he want to. And a fine. And that boy got to pay it. He said that little 300,000. What?
Well, they said now. I picked up early. That's why I say it can get messy. Now I don't. It's like I see the crust, but I don't know. I can't give you guys what kind of pie it is. But depending on what Roger Goodell does, Rusty Harden is already got the paperwork done for a lawsuit against Goodell, and that's can tie things up. That I'm just saying, but what it does is
that's the dumbest. That's gonna be the dumbest shit that Rusty Harden ever did in his life.
But I don't. Well, I mean,
I'm just telling you. No. Like you tell me, I'm giving you 30 years of experience. That's the dumbest stuff that Rusty Harden could ever do. I'm just telling you.
That's the part now.
Let me tell you something. Leave that alone.
So for that to come out, that means it had to have been released from their office.
I ain't heard that. I haven't heard that.
It's
and I've been talking to these people every day, and I ain't heard that mess.
One of the NFL insiders was on ESPN this morning.
Well, I'm glad I didn't watch it.
During Get Up, and that's what he, I was watching. I was listening, but I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
On it, but I did when he said that. I could have rewinded it, but I was like,
Jimmy.
But
Roger
it's something.
Goodell,
It'll be
under the NFL bylaws. Roger Goodell can do what the hell he want to. Now, Rusty Harden finna take on them people. All he gonna do is charge it. All he's gonna do is charge it to Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, you better tell that nigga, stand your ass down. I'm finna pay this $10 million and get the hell out of here. That's what, because all that gonna do, he gonna wind up paying it anyway, and Rusty Harden gonna be in his pocket. Let me tell you something. Maybe Rusty Harden like being in his pocket. Maybe he like being in his pocket, because when he sue, that means you got to what? Hire what? A lawyer. Okay, that's how lawyers get paid, Jim.
well, he got 250 estimated meal on the table.
Coming over some years, not all at one time.
Yeah, it's coming over some years, but in the bank,
not all at one time.
But I'm saying, but most banks.
But Jimmy, this is the same dude who didn't want to pay the goddamn girl some extra money. So he don't mind. So he don't mind paying now. That's what you're saying. Just the same dude that didn't want to pay the girls off in the beginning.
Oh yeah, you didn't want to pay him off from the beginning. Yeah, but
so now he want to pay Rusty Harden some more money.
Yeah, you think it's free money. You win. You this contract. You didn't have this deal for this $200+ million at first cry. You didn't have that deal.
Repeat it again. Dumbest stuff. I would advise him to just. And I know they ain't saying this. See. You talking about that on insider shit. Just because they came on TV this morning, let me explain to y'all. That don't mean their ass know what the hell they talking about. I done caught them in so many lies. So, and they don't know what they talking about. People just feed them information and they go with it trying to be first. Man, don't believe in all that mess. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. That boy, Roger Goodell, got supreme law in that NFL. If Deshaun Watson don't want to abide by the bylaws of the NFL, he go get him a job somewhere else. Rusty Harden don't run them 32 billionaire owners there. They'll run his little ass back to Houston with his tail tucked in between his legs. I'm just telling you. Does Deshaun still get the Texans money? Yes. But the Texas contract ended last year. This year he's under the 1 year deal. He got the first year deal of the new contract, which is $1 million.
1 million.
Yeah, 1 million. It's $1 million. He under the first year deal. So the Texans paid him off last year. They did him like John Wall, they gave John Wall the money, paid him not to play. Yeah, but no, that's not smart. That's not smart. But Jimmy, in a few minutes, our guest is in. He getting his makeup on. He's in there, so we can transition to the new guest.
Meanwhile, it was just funny because I was just thinking, man, it's six games, and you think back just a couple of years ago, King Crabtree got 3 games for
what do you do?
Touching with the Uber girl. Remember that Uber?
Yeah.
Gave him 3 games.
Zeke got 6 games.
Huh?
Zeke got 6 games for grabbing the gap, pulling the gap thing. Breastis is out. Ben Roethlisberger got 6 games.
Reed got 6 games.
Yeah, but the problem I'm having, Jimmy, they got 2 guys, like the guy who got caught for gambling. He's suspended for a year. Jimmy, he lose $11 million. Then he got another guy, he got suspended. He lose $5 million. Deshaun Watson don't lose but 300-some thousand. That's why I said Goodell is going to find his ass. And they can call Rusty Harden and Ken Schaefer and everybody else. Because guess what? The owners got to pay it. And guess what? All they got to do is hold back that money. Always remember that. Hey, always remember the golden rule. He who has the gold rules. What's up, Paul Miranda? We miss you, baby. What's happening? Calvin Ridley. Thank you, Jeremy Davis. Calvin Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, so Jimmy, these guys get. I'm telling you, that's what they're talking about around the Players Association. Deshaun, I mean, it was masterful by Deshaun in his representation, and the Cleveland Browns being complicit in it. Y'all got to realize the Cleveland Browns knew what was going on. That's why they said, okay, we give you this new deal, but the first year you just get paid $1 million. Don't know. Everybody want that first year. They want that money up front. They want that money. So guess what they said? You don't give it $1 million this year. So if you're out that year, you only lose $1 million. We got 229 over here to play with in the future. So I mean, it's a unique situation, man. But it's gonna be resolved. Guess what? Forget the speculations. We'll know by Thursday what Roger Goodell gonna do. And guess what? Maybe y'all got to realize the Cleveland Browns has not been good since Jim Brown left. I'm gonna repeat that. Some of y'all don't even know who Jim Brown is. We got some youngsters on here. They have not been good since Jim Brown. And you know how he left? He just quit. Roger Goodell, he was off doing a movie, and not Roger Goodell. Yeah, not Roger Goodell. The owner of the Cleveland Browns, I knew his name. It's in my head. Jimmy, he gonna talk about, I'm gonna fine you $1,500 a week every week you don't show up. Jim Brown said, guess what? You ain't got to worry about me showing up. I'm finna go do a movie with Raquel Welch. How about that? See you later. And they ain't been that good since. So Jimmy, no, it wasn't Paul Brown then. No, it wasn't Paul Brown then. Art Modell. Thank you, Odyssey. Art Modell. Rick Godfrey, come on, baby. Go back a little bit. Art Modell. That's the guy. If you've been up north on the North Modell's sporting goods, like we got Academy here, Jimmy. Art Modell owned all those stores up there. I think on the East Coast. But
he quit like Barry Sanders. Yeah,
Barry.
I thought Barry Sanders was bluffing, man. I really thought he was bluffing.
I thought Calvin Johnson was bluffing. Calvin Johnson. Oh, it was Art Modell. You check your stats. It was Art Modell. I said Jim Brown, man. Jim Brown.
Yeah, man. That's something else. Then, of course, we got a special guest coming up and join us in just a second. You guys can share the show if you haven't done so. We're at the top of the hour on the Chop Shop, your midday sports happy hour. Shout out to all the people all around the country tuning in. We see Louisiana in there, Brian Simmons down in Louisiana. We see
Jim.
Paul Moran up there in DFW.
Jim, hold on. Paul Moran. Paul Brown on the Bengals now. The Bengals. He talking. Okay, he talking to him. I'm sorry. Okay, come on, Jimmy, you good? Thank you, Paul Miranda. Help him out. Come on, Jimmy. Let's get to my guest, man. I'm excited about the guest, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. Talk a little hoops right now, and
because I want to ask the coach, Jimmy. Did you see the text that we got with that person who's in a group chat with us? And not a group chat. It's just us three on the damn line about the percentage of the transfer portals that not coming back to school and yeah. Did you see that tweet? I can't wait to talk to you.
I had brought this topic up at the end of the show yesterday. I said that nearly 50% of the people who got in the portal last year, last portal, did not play NCAA Division I basketball. And so that means, and that's one of the topics we're going to get into. We have a coach coming in. He's from the greater Houston area. He started at Beaumont Ozan High School.
Okay.
I think that was in 2002. I'm not mistaken that he came out. That was
point guard.
Yeah, point guard. Yeah,
okay.
he was. And you could see it. Signs even back then. He ran the team well.
He was a coach on the floor.
Didn't score a lot of points. Didn't have to, because if you watch those Beaumont Ozan teams from back then, Kendrick Perkins came out in 2003. So he came out in 2002. You follow me? The year before Kendrick Perkins, they went to state. I think Ozan went to state like 3 years in a row. That 2002 year was the year that Chris Bosh did the number job on KP, and we'll talk about that.
I know talk about that. Man.
Coach back there sniggering right there.
Man. Coach gonna tell us about it because I don't know. I don't like the way you tell the story. No way. I'm glad Coach.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. People back then know, especially the Dallas guys, are snickering. But guess what? The DFW, you ran things in 2002. But remember, Greater Houston ran things in 2001, right? They ran things in 2000.
Okay.
They ran things in 2003.
Okay.
With all of the potency. In 2004. That's when Daniel Gibson with Jones High School, Big Doug Smith hit the buzzer beater for Jones to win. On the following day. Not the following day. A few hours later, Jawan McClellan in Milby High School beat Cedar Hill. Sent the little young fella. I ain't never saw in this. Not to make fun of it at all. It was because it's health concern, but. They had the little kid, the young kid. His brother played for Michigan.
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
He had to go to the hospital after the game.
Okay, so keep going. So Houston continued its dominance.
I'm just saying. So Beaumont Ozan was right in the middle, and this young man, without further ado, he's a college coach. He's been a college coach. He started at Lamar University. He went back and coached at Lamar University as an assistant. Went over to UNLV. Made his imprint, put his fingerprints on that program over there. Right. Thank you, Paul. That's Jason Harden was the kid name who had to go to the hospital checking for blood clots. They spent him around like a salsa dancer in that, because he used to do all that spinning all the time. And Milby's press just kept spinning that joker, and he kept spinning and spinning and spinning. Next thing you know, they had to put an IV on him and take him. And he, seriously, it was a serious concern. And Milby won the state championship, 2004. And we keep going, but we're going to talk back. It ain't about them right now. Back about this Lamar and this coach, this young fella from down in Beaumont. And then he goes at UNLV. He gets 2 players from the University of Texas 2 seasons ago. Right? Ross Ham, Donovan Stretch Williams. 1 season ago. UNLV makes way because people start scratching their head. How did these 2 kids get over here? Now, don't get it twisted. It takes a whole body of work to get some things done, but his fingerprints is on them.
Of course.
And now, so UT noticed that. A job came open, the staff say, wait a minute. If he way over there and got 2 kids that ain't from the West Coast, they from out of H-Town, and got them to go way over there in the desert, we need to check into this young fella right here. And lo and behold, this coach right here, guys, you see this face, and some of y'all gonna say, oh, I remember him. And that is Coach Brandon Chappelle. And there he is. He got his shirt on. He got the culture. That's one of the signatures. That's one of the.
Yes, sir.
Brandon, your service ain't that good right there. Something happened to your service. Don't
He
worry.
was logged
Something
in
happened.
with.
We was rolling earlier, and I don't know what happened.
No, all you had to do is go out and come back in.
Yeah, just go out and come back in. We're gonna leave the light on for you.
We're gonna leave the light on for you.
Hit the hang up button and come
Hit
on
the
back
hang up
in.
button and come on back.
All right.
And I got
Here
you.
we go.
Okay.
All right.
And of course, and if he's on a cell phone, make sure you activate your do not disturb.
No, he on the laptop.
Okay.
You know we
Now,
had a thing.
now you saw the face?
I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something unique though, Jimmy. And I want to see if anybody gonna pick up on this. He was on this show in a cameo portion just shortly when you were out in Vegas. He popped up on the screen. You was in his office that
Right?
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
popped up on the screen. So one day he on it with UNLV gear on, and the next time, welcome again, Brandon. We got Texas, the 40 acres behind you. Welcome to the show, big fella.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all, man. That cameo was promptu too. You know, we had John Cooper.
I had to give you that. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Nah, man. Anytime my man come to Vegas, man, he always tap in with me. And we had John Cooper in the office, and he was just fired up. Them two was talking about, the old days. And then shoot, man, he said, man, y'all come on, get behind this camera, man. So was just on here, and then now being on with y'all, man, just appreciate the love, man. And I couldn't wait to come on here. You know how it is. Things moving fast, things happening fast. But there's certain people, people always say, day one and this and that, man. You two have truly had my back from the beginning. And, man, that just mean the world, man. And I'm not just saying that. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know the relationship. So I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah. And Coach, before we go there, something happened this week in basketball. You basketball player. The passing of Bill Russell. How did it affect you? Give me your favorite Bill Russell story of what did he mean to you?
Well, I mean, just legendary, man. Just a true winner. Obviously with Pert being in Boston, we had a chance to go up there during their runs and during their finals, and just seeing his presence around, man. It's just electric. It's amazing. But at the other side, man, he's the definition of a true winner and a true team player. Yeah. I just recently heard a story the other day. He's obviously the topic of discussion, but talking about his deal where when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame and he didn't go. Did y'all hear about that as well?
Keep going.
And he was like, "Hey man, look, if I can't have all my guys with me, and if I can't bring everybody there, I don't want to go because there's no way I would have done all of these accolades and got all these things, without these 10, 11, 12 guys behind me." And he stood on that, and he didn't even go. Rest in peace, man. But we all know what he means to the game. But I don't know if I have a direct story, but it's stuff like that really represents him. So,
and it's something unique. Did you ever think about this? He got inducted twice as a player and as a coach.
Amazing. But he's the ultimate winner.
Yeah.
It's hard to, and love the topic now of, people talk about eras and generations, but what's undeniable and everything being relevant, man, he's the ultimate winner. And also on the forefront of, civil rights and everything, everything he did off the court. Just, we took an L, but, he's looking on us, and his legacy will carry on.
Awesome. Jim?
I mean, indeed, man. And once again, congratulations again for this move. And just take us back to the timeline. We were just, as you mentioned, we were just in Vegas. I mean, everything is grooving. and next thing you know, now you are a little bit closer to home. The 409 is in the 512 now, as you said. And
Yes, sir.
take us through the timeline. How did this come about?
I mean, you know how it is, and kind of in this business, uh, man, it's really the people that's all involved because when opportunities happen, people, kind of pay attention. They all talk. They all kind of collect names. And I'll be honest, man, the reason I'm here now, obviously, Coach Beard and the University of Texas, gave me opportunity that I want to take advantage of. But most importantly, man, it was all the plugs and the pieces. I mean, people like y'all, having my back and speaking well on my name, man, and that kind of caught some attention. And we all do the same grind, no matter if you're, you know, Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, JUCO, prep, high school. Man, we all out here grinding for these kids, and it's the same grind. And so we always see each other in the business. So, I've always been able to speak to the staff here and just kind of on a high and by. You need anything, just keeping it moving, and
Right.
kind of grew from there. And long story short, man, I got that call
I saw some of you supporting the 409 when I was in
all
Vegas.
day,
You were
all
supporting
day.
Junior. You was at Junior's game supporting Junior Lofton. And it just made me think about that. You were in boy, that little section right there was a 409 section. And I was right
Oh
there
yeah,
in the middle of it. But yeah,
oh yeah. Nah. That's special, man. And we all, Texas is Texas. We all in
right.
here under Texas, and that's most important. I think for all of us
Mm-hmm.
across the country, especially with the hotbed that Texas been over the last You can go ahead and say 20 years, but really
Absolutely.
forever.
Right.
I heard y'all talking earlier, just talking about going back to the
Mm-hmm.
to the playoffs and the championship, and we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get back to that because you heard how he was talking. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna get back to that. But
Uh-huh.
when you break down such a big state like Texas, man, 409, the Golden Triangle,
Mm-hmm.
man, we all stay together. We play against each other, see each other. It's a brotherhood and a family down there, and then it extends on out to Houston, and then when it gets real, we got to make our way up north and touch our family up in Dallas to compete.
Yeah. And you know what's so unique about what you just said? I, I'm I'm from Memphis, but I love Houston. I ain't going nowhere. I thought I'm Texas. And it was a unique feeling. I'm in a restaurant. We just sitting there talking. I was with some more guys, but I felt more at home when I saw Loopy and Ani and that crew. All of them pulled up on me right there. You know,
Oh yeah,
I was with some more guys, but when they pulled up, it was just, I'm serious. I
yeah.
said, okay, I got my folks with me. You know what I'm saying? So I
Um,
understand. I was in Vegas, and and you just echoed. I'm trying to really echo what you was just saying. Is really Texas over everybody.
yeah, man. For me and I think everybody else in Texas, we don't shy away from that. We don't discriminate, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's a brotherhood, and just like you said, when we all see each other out and about,
Right.
we're all in the same circles, and,
Yeah.
and it's always love. And kind of going back to how this whole thing happened, I mean,
Uh-huh.
honestly, that's how it happened.
Uh,
Everybody showing love and everybody, having my back. People I didn't even know, was rocking with me or even knew me. And that just feels different, man. That's special, man. I can't even tell you how grateful I am for that.
I don't know how much you can go into this, and how much of it's privy, but this is a Texas Tech guy asking this question, right? So I want you to tread carefully. Ask
Okay.
Brandon to walk us through the hiring process. This is a
Yeah.
Texas Tech grad right here.
Yeah. Obviously, Chris Beard did great work down there in Texas Tech, man.
Uh-huh.
But man, hey, man, you the competitor, big dog. You got to ask somebody else. Nah, hey, man, all due respect, my man. You got to ask somebody else down there. Nah,
Right. That's a good point. I
nah,
like that. I like
nah,
that. You can leave it right there. You can leave it right there. Jimmy, next question.
it's a straight up. It's a fight on site. I think we all know that. So, but professionally speaking, though, man, I think it's all the same process, though. As far
Right.
as they want to they want to know that you fit first and foremost the current players and then the staff. That's the most important thing in the land of transfer portals and in and out and this and that. You can't sleep on the fact, and I think Coach Beard's mindset was, he wanted to think about the current guys and the staff right now. So that's really where it stemmed from, and everything else kind of grew from there. Tell my man that was a good question, though.
Good question, though. Don't be trying to trip up.
Good question, though. I'll see you in the spring.
So now, of course, in case you guys want, of course, just tune in. This is Brandon Chappelle. He's a newly hired assistant men's basketball coach at the University of Texas. He was at UNLV up until this past week, and he's from Beaumont. Played at Ozan, starred on the team, came out in 02. And during that 02 season, that was during what was popularized by the Kendrick Perkins movement. But that team, of course, that program was loaded. Andre Butte, who's the Hall of Fame head coach. He's now currently the coach at Westbrook High School. Now, mind you guys that are watching, NCAA prohibits these coaches from speaking publicly about any prospects. So if you got questions, generalize your questions. He cannot speak on any prospect that has not signed a letter of intent. You got that?
So
that way now
I'm happy
guys,
I didn't mean to cut you off, Chief. I'm happy you put that out there because my man that just asked that question, he let it be known, man, the enemy in the building. So they're going to try to jam me up. Y'all don't let them jam me up now.
I got you, coach. You know I got you, coach. You know I got you, man.
Nah, man, my man, it's all love, man.
Yeah, he cool. He cool. Matter of fact, his daughter is going to Texas. So he going to be coming up there. He going to stop in and see. His daughter going to Texas.
That's how he got to come in.
And she's smart too now. She's skilled. She's skilled. Remember, she the one that built the website, and they was going to do they did some live streaming and stuff. So she's skilled. You may need to look up and we can put you with them. That way, if she wanted to do something, they can collaborate with the program or whatever. And that they have all the video guys and video people maybe in a year or so if she get her feet wet. But anyway, back to this thing. We're talking right now. We have some more questions. If you have them, you post them. We'll do our best to get your questions to Coach in regards to that. We're going to try to cover a lot of bases. We got a small window of time to do so. First, let's go and get the elephant out the room out the way. 2000. Well, first, let's get Jacoby. Get your Jacoby question.
Okay.
Ask Coach Chappelle what motivates him every day to get up and coach. What do you love most about it?
Man, that's a great question. I think it's two things. It's the passion, and then it's seeing down the line. Number one, just kind of touching on the passion. You mentioned Coach Andre Butte and our team at Ozan. You're right, man. I wasn't nowhere near no star because we had a whole group of guys. We had a big group of guys that was down there. And, man, we grinded it out, and we stayed in the gym all day, every day. So that was put in me early on just to do that and grow and get better. But then the other part of that is seeing down the line, man. Everybody have people that believe in them and that just doesn't, you just can't look at what it is right now. You got to have some faith and you got to put some investment in it and put that real sweat equity in. So, it's like anything else in life. It's hard days, good days, great days, but you got to push through that. So, hope that answered your question.
Yeah, that's a youngster. He want to be a coach. He's striving to be where you at one day. And Michael Shabazz said, I know Brandon envisioned this move, but what does your vision board look like for Texas basketball? Period, I think. Or,
that's another great question. Mm-hmm. It's funny, man. Like Texas is just different from me. I mean, just to be honest, it's not even a secret. Seeing it forever, having people from the 409 in Texas stay home, and watching that whole TJ Ford era when they went to the Final Four. I mean, that stuff just hits different from us. Obviously, you talk about like a dream situation. It's definitely at the top of the chain for that. But as far my vision really was, man, just go hard and just try to, put people in a position to get better and know that they know that they're loved and know that people are behind them. So wherever that vision took me to, I was going to take it on head on and try to execute it.
Now we have another one up there. Of course, Doug Jones reached out to you, say, "Tell my brother Chappelle I'm so proud of him. One of my day ones, Doug Jones down in the Port Arthur. Sending a shout out
Day
to you.
one, definition of day one, man. I'm talking 20 years day one, man. 25
Hey,
years.
Coach, I always mention something on this show, and I'm gonna give it to you, because I remember when coaches used to call me and ask me about my son when he was playing, and I said, man, he had 35, he had 30. Then he said, oh, how many of them was college baskets?
Yeah.
By the time I whittled it down, Coach, he had about 15. Coach, could you explain to Kevin Lewis, because he want to be able to tell his little youngsters, when y'all looking, and little Johnny go and hit 35 and all them damn layups, and I can tell him that. Them layups, Coach, my son got to college. He ain't getting no damn layups no more. Them big dudes chasing his little ass down trying to pin it. If he don't dunk it, they going to throw it out of there. So could you explain to Kevin Lewis what you mean by college basket?
Man, that's a great point.
Yeah.
You know what? For me, everybody probably feels different about it. I'm just gonna speak personally for me.
Okay.
It's simple and efficient plays, and by that I mean I'm talking simple. I'm talking like moving on penetration, catching it down, ready, catch and shoot a clean shot, coming in transition, kicking ahead, getting it back, and making a play for somebody else. I think a lot of times, and there's nothing wrong with it, kind of this generation is going where it's a lot of individual workouts and a lot of individual development, which is great and which is needed. You know, there's a big time space for that.
Right.
But what college coaches look for when they go, and again, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm going to just go ahead and go directly to that. It's when you make simple plays look great, because when they're looking at your, sons and daughters, they're trying to figure out how you can fit in their system. They already have a leading scorer. They already have a leading rebounder, or they already have elite role players that do certain things. They're looking to see how you fit right there. So when you talk about like his son having 35, but 15 of them are real, if that 15 is getting to the free throw line 6 times on an aggressive, pump fake pivot, or, a clean catch and shoot, or not over dribbling, those are college and strong plays that translate to a college practice. We ain't talk about games. We just talking about a college practice where it's high level, high intense. You got 13 guys scrapping every day in the weight room, in the film room, and strength and conditioning and practice. We ain't talking about the game.
Okay.
So I don't know if that answered it, but that's my perspective.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good,
now,
I'm
gonna throw one. I'm gonna throw one in there because we got a couple more questions lined up, and I love it, guys. Perfect time for you to post your questions for Coach Chappelle. In your short coaching career, taking off what you just said, because we can talk. Maybe you can feel good talking about it now. You don't even have to say the name. It's up to you. What was the first player when you were at Lamar, or your first college job, that you in your mind figured this was a Division I player and he did not, and you got it wrong? We get a lot of them right, but in the ones we don't, is there one that you got that you early on that you, because you didn't realize what transferred over, some things you might not have realized, and also what was the first one that maybe some people on the staff didn't really believe in, but you had nominated him. You were the lead point recruiter on him, and you got it right on. Was that one player that sparked the rest of the staff say, okay, man, I know what I'm looking at. I got this one.
Right. Man, before I answer that, man, you know what the first thing popped in my mind? I was like, man, I'm happy that my first talk as far as being here is with you guys, because boy, y'all put me through the fire, man. Y'all got me thinking about
chop shop, baby.
Chop shop. Hey, y'all stretching me, man. Y'all got me thinking about all type of stuff. I won't say a name, but I'll tell you what, I do remember early on when I was at Fort Smith in Arkansas. It was a Division II, but it was high level Division II, man. We was top 4 in the country. We was getting busy. They had a lot of guys that could have played in the Southland Conference and these other places. I'm gonna kind of speak in general on that as far as I don't know if getting it wrong, whether they were a Division I player or even if I was at Lamar. The main thing is the mentality more than the game. You know what I'm saying? It's a different mentality when you're whether you're Division I or high level Division II or whatever. Appreciate you, AB. Nah, you know what, man? Hey, man, that's the big homie right there. That's the national champ.
Hey, when he
Hey, look, hold on. I'm gonna stop right. I gotta listen to my big.
Hey, wait a minute. When he stopped, that's why I put it up there. Doc, I told you I got you.
You got me. AB, hey, I appreciate y'all boys, man. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. They say it's the ones closest to you. That's what they say.
Hey, that's all right, man. Hey,
say AB. Hey, man. Appreciate you.
That's the man right there, boy. When he speaks, when I saw that comment, I clicked that button as soon as I could.
Because you really got me, man.
I got you, but he got you too. But Jimmy, he can't help it, man. Hey,
I gave him a disclaimer. He tested me. I said you ain't got to give no name.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did I give a name? Hold on. Did I give a name?
No, you didn't get no name.
And did I exactly attack it?
No.
I kind of worked my way around.
Yeah, you worked around it.
So
yeah,
as he trying to jam me up, and I love him to death, and we're gonna go eat something. I can't wait to go down and we're gonna eat good how we always do.
Right.
Yeah.
But boy, they say it's the closest ones. Boy, that's what they.
Hey,
Grandma always told me that, man.
I'm just sharpening your pencil because I want you to write a long
Hey, Brandon, I always remember.
Nah, you got me sharpening my knife, man.
And that's what he's doing. And Brandon, I always remember the greatest man that ever walked the earth. He couldn't keep 12 right. You know, he couldn't keep them 12 right. So
real talk, though.
Yeah, so you all right. So Jimmy, you want to answer these questions? We got a couple
more questions. We got from over Louisiana, Brian Simmons. He asked a question.
I put it up there for him.
And he asked you, what are your top 3 recruiting cities or regions and why?
Brian, that's a good question, man. You got me rolling a tightrope, man. I mean, okay, I'll just say this. Obviously, being in Texas, we got to take care of home. I think that goes without being said. It's not even a secret. For me personally, I've had a chance to be all over the country. Where I've been in Arkansas, I've been in Arizona recently, and Las Vegas, where the California, the West Coast region. Before I started coaching, I was in Atlanta for a couple years. So Atlanta, I have some, I have some good people down there that took care of me. So I don't know if there's just top. But obviously being here at Texas, man, we got to take care of home, the whole state. And that's not even a secret. I don't mind saying that.
You know what, Coach? A coach told me, I'm not going to call his name, because we ain't call no name, but a wise coach. I can tell how wise he is because he's been moving, and now he's the boss somewhere now. And he said, man, I really don't have to leave Texas to coach. To recruit. He said, man, every year, we gonna have some of them bad dudes, and I'm gonna get me some of them. Yep. Jimmy probably know who I'm talking about. He sit down and explain to him. I'm sitting there listening to him. He said, man, it's gonna be every year we're gonna have a Rashid Suleiman. He start calling out the names every year. We're gonna have some, and I just gotta make sure, because they gonna go somewhere else. If I don't keep them here. He said, all I got to do is feast in my state, and I'm good. I said, wow.
No, that's from hearing it from all over the country, kind of how I mentioned. I've been everywhere. Obviously, I'm a Texas guy. I've always touched home. But you know what that comes down to, and this is real talk, man, just knowing people in the state. Texas is obviously big. But, man, they have so many middle school coaches, high school coaches, trainers, man, that are good at a high level, man, and they get these kids out here ready, man. And that carries over all the way through, man. This is a big whole deal, man, from the ground floor, man. Kids fifth grade, man.
Yeah.
Doing their thing and getting real coaching. Like people really own them tough. And that just keeps building and growing. And I think the rest of the country is attracted to that. And then guys go off and do a good job everywhere, man. There's a Texas guy pretty much everywhere, man, because it's just such a big state.
Got another one for you up there, Coach.
Curtis George asked you, Coach, what do you look for when you recruit bigs?
Again, obviously, man, I'm just getting here to Texas, man. It's
Right.
it's more so of what Coach Beard looks for in bigs.
No, I'm just what we do is in your previous coaching career.
Yeah.
What do you look for when you look big? That means your individual
probably.
up until now. We don't know what's the story.
For a special big, number one, just for me personally, man, is just the energy factor, man. I mean, just nonstop. You know what I mean? I was fortunate to play with Kendrick Perkins, where he was skilled and had a lot of things to his game, man. But it's just first that energy, because it's hard for those guys to get up and down, especially in a 4-out, 1-in time right now. Secondly, is just the toughness, man. How they, the little things. A real good big, they don't always have to get the rebound. You have a good team with good guards, good wings, man. If he just down there banging and just making room for guys to come in and fly and not steal rebounds, but just mudding up the water down there, man. That's attractive.
Right.
And then lastly is just kind of having like a composed demeanor. Whether they're in short roll actions, can catch it and not panic and move and obviously athleticism, rebounding. I mean, I think that's great for everybody, but I would say kind of those three things just jump out the page, and I'll be honest, man, it's a lot of good bigs out there, but those things are hard to do.
Got another one for you, Coach. Rapid fire. What is Coach's specific role and responsibility? Have it been defined yet? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's being defined every day.
Okay.
Coach Beard's over here, man. He's all about the culture. I don't have this T-shirt on for a reason, man. This is real talk over here.
Right.
But it's taking care of the guys we have here. I mean, that's number one. The guys that are already committed to us and are here, with their feet in the ground and working, man. It's taking care of those guys. And then it's also working with the staff, man, where we're a team. Just how you put a team on the court, in that staff locker room, we're a team in there where if something needs to get done, everybody has a role, everybody has things they can do. It's leading these men, all the stuff that a lot of coaches do at all levels, high school, middle school, everything. And then, it's no secret, man. It's bringing good players here. You got to be able to keep guys here and compete with, the highest level, man. And I think we're all in this business trying to do the same thing.
Got another one for you, Coach.
I missed.
Oh, you want to go again? You got something else to say?
Yeah, you missed the last question.
I missed the last one.
Oh, I hit it. Please explain your version of Division I basketball, the mental game. I guess what it could take for one of these kids, Coach. Coach is Coach. You know how hard it is, Coach. And these kids just think it's Coach. I'm telling you, I'm D1. But they might have a D1 body, but what does it take to have a D1 mind?
Whew. I mean, that's a great question. Man, it's hard. It ain't hard to say. It is what it is. It's not about you. That's the number one thing. It's not about you. It's about the history. It's about your brothers in that locker room. It's about your family. It's about so many other factors besides you getting off and just doing what you want to do. That's the number one thing. I think kids that kind of fall back and break down like, man, I just want to be a part of. Those are the guys that are successful because it work out, man. Like them old folk. I say, my grandma always say, it always come out in the wash.
Yes.
Whatever it is, it's going to come out.
Yeah.
But that's true, though. If your intentions are, I'm going to be selfless and just give myself to the team, I'm going to challenge guys, I'm going to get up early, this and that, you're going to be fine. The other side of it is you just got to know adversity is coming on and off the court. Like you almost got to not have a negative mindset, but understand you're going to get punched in the mouth a couple times, and you have to decide if you get up or not. So if those two things kind of check off, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be all right.
So is anything a parent can do to help? First of all, parents and Coach, and what you're saying to me, get over yourself. before you go to one of these campuses.
You
Get
have to.
over yourself first. And you can keep
Even
going.
if you coming in like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we need you to come in here and do, I don't know, 20 and 10 a game. You
Mm-hmm.
still have to have that mindset to get that. Parents just, it's tough because, those are your babies.
Yeah.
You want what's best for them.
Yeah.
You're doing the best that you can for what you know. You know what I mean? In a time like this with social media and everything, everyone's so accessible. People can reach out and kind of get in your circle and talk, and now you have a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and it can be very confusing. I think it would be kind of honing in to some people and kind of reading about it and trying to figure out, the best way to execute their son's career or their daughter's career, and keeping that circle obviously open to other things, but keeping it, kind of tight.
Coach, I messed up. I hit a button. That was kind of weird. Well, I'm a coach. Since Mr. Godfrey asked this, he said, "Coach, who would be in the Final Four? Who besides Texas? Give us the other three teams that's gonna be here with you."
Boy, y'all something else, boy.
They are, Coach.
Rick. First of all, I think, hopefully it's.
That's a good
Hey
one,
man,
Coach.
obviously, look, this is I love this because
Me too.
it's a little it's political and I'm kind of talking.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, we all want to get to that point. Every program in the country, man. You look at St. Peter's last year; that was a game away from the Final Four.
Yeah.
And guaranteed, he had guys over there that had the mindset of it's not about me. So it can be anybody in the Final Four. You know what I mean? It's not guaranteed anything.
Hold up. Don't say that, Jimmy. Hold up. I said that last year. Jimmy got all on me, man. I said, man, anybody can make it. Anybody can't make it. Anybody can make it.
Hey, man, too many people, like so many people make it to that Elite Eight where it's a couple seconds, 2 minutes of possession away from getting there. You look at Loyola Chicago. You look at VCU. You look at Wichita State. I'm just saying people automatically want to go to these big boys. It's just it's up in the air.
Coach,
Gee, you don't think that? You don't think?
No, he just messing with me. He was just messing with me.
We were talking specifically last year, and about a certain team or a certain couple of teams, and that was applied to them. But
you got one because I got another one for him.
The competition level, it has gotten tighter, and the reason it's gotten tighter is because a lot of conferences. That's why it becomes so spooky, and so many Power 5 schools become so reluctant to go and play those road games. They'll want to pay those smaller schools to do the guaranteed games at their campuses, not go face them on the road, because a lot of those smaller schools are playing with the average ages on their teams is 22, 23 years old, as opposed to you playing those Power 5s that has these projected one and dones who are average ages of 19, 20 years old. So that's the equivalent of you having a 17 and under team playing against a 14 and under team. And in most cases, that 14 and under team is very, very good now. But that 17 under team can get you, and it will get you a time or two. But you guys are hitting the park with the questions. And
that's some really good questions, man. I love it. I love it. I don't know how much time we have.
I got another Angel. Angel said it's part of your job. He said, it's part of the job. But how do you make the constant movement of college coaching not negatively affect your personal and social life?
That's a great question, man. It's kind of the same where players have the mindset of it's not necessarily about just you personally. It's kind of coming in with a mindset that this is part of the business. And it's hard. It gets hard, man. It was, man, we were building something really great over there in Vegas for me personally.
Right.
It was even the same. I think about when I was leaving Fort Smith, Arkansas, going to Lamar University, where it was a move going back home and this and that. But I kind of go in with the mindset of being planted wherever you're at. And then when opportunities arise, you got to look at it with a clear-eyed view a little bit and figure out if it's best for you. But it is tough because I think if you do it the right way, you really invest in people around you, not only just your immediate team, but the outside people that help grow wherever you at. It's hard to leave people, man, but it's kind of having the mindset, man. It's truly part of the business.
Doug said you ain't gonna go nowhere, no way, but walk the dog.
That's my dude, man. I can't fight Doug on that.
Hey, Coach, are you a fan of the transfer portal? And do you think? Let me put that back up there because I want to go there. He said, "Do you think?" What did he say?
It should go. It should go or stay.
Or stay. Yeah.
You said a go or stay?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Transfer portal.
I plead the fifth on that one. I'm going to use that card on that one.
Okay. All right.
Nah.
Okay.
Honestly, nah. I'm playing.
Okay.
I mean, everything has pros and cons. You know, when I played, you had to figure it out, or you had to go sit. And now, you know, I can't hate on it because at my previous spot in Vegas, man, we lived there. We got great guys, great families that just needed another opportunity, or you know, the opportunity they were at, they felt they can do something else and was great. You know, you guys mentioned Donovan Williams and Royce Ham, man. Like, Texas helped those guys help us. You know what I mean? They Royce Ham played behind, you know, NBA legit draft picks, 100 millionaires
every year,
and he grinded every day. He stayed in the culture, man. He wrote it out, and so the transfer portal gave him an opportunity to show how important that opportunity was for him. And so it's stories directly like that. That's like, yeah, the portal's great. You know, on the other side, if you go into the whatever school you at, like, look, man, if I don't like it, I'm out. And if I don't like my next spot, I'm out. You know, that's different. You know, that's kind of different.
How can you tell a kid come in there with that attitude? Can you tell?
It come out in the wash. You obviously have to do your intel and kind of talk to him and the family and kind of look for key words. But, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, man, we all good brothers on here, man. Everybody need a second chance. Everybody need a second shake.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's going to come out in the wash.
I believe in that. I believe it. And so what was that said, Jimmy? Most of the kids end up where they supposed to be anyway.
They all end up where they where they belong.
They all end up
eventually. And of course, we just tuned in. We got Brandon Chappelle. He's the assistant men's basketball coach at University of Texas, freshly hired and coming over from UNLV. He's a Texan, and he's back in his home state, and he's on the recruiting trail and trying to get, you know, and probably just soaking it all in. Now, when is there one team that's on the schedule that you kind of and you're anxious to get to do the scout for? You don't even say the school. Just is there one conference team? I'm talking about in conference and then Big 12, because you saw the Big 12 from afar. You looked at it from over there. You saw film. You had to watch film because you had to, when you guys were contemplating Royce Ham and Stretch Williams. So is there a team in that conference you was like, man, I can't wait to
I mean, starting off like just being here in Texas, just the historic and just how the history of it. You know, they're in a league with a lot of history. You know what I mean? And not only just that, it's kind of, you guys touched on it earlier where, man, we have some hungry, good teams coming in here to play us this year. You know, I don't know if it's just an exact team. It's just understanding, man, you know, it's a fight every night, man. It sounds cliche. It sounds basic. But, man, that's so true, man. It's really so true. So, I mean, I'll be honest, man, our first game of the season, man, I mean, that's my most excited scout that I'm looking forward to being a part of. You know what I mean?
Who y'all play?
We got UTEP.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, that's a scrappy team. You know, you got Joe. You know, you got a coach down there. He was at Abilene Christian in Pop, Texas. So that's no secret.
Right.
So he's coming in here confident. And I was in the league with him you know, at Lamar and in the Southland. He's a heck of a coach, man. He's gonna get his guys to buy in, and you know, we got our hands full day one. So, it's just looking forward to every night, man. I know it sounds, I know I ain't give you everything you want,
No. You
but
gave me.
that's really the truth though, like for real.
What time you is any workouts today? Do y'all have any workout? Are the kids back on campus yet? Are they
What?
they there?
Yeah, we're finishing their 8 weeks as far as being here in the summer.
Okay.
So today was our first day in the new gym, which is amazing. You guys gonna get
Wow.
a chance to check that out. Yeah, my first practice was in the new gym, man. So
Oh
man,
man, I ain't been
I'm a
in it yet.
I'm a sentimental guy, man. That meant something for me, man. So I was juiced up.
Right.
Um, but when I called you guys getting ready for this, man, I was fresh out.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it was great energy, man. Coach Beard and whole staff here, man, does a great job, man. So I'm excited.
Doug messing with you, told come on what size you wear. Now I'll call you. I'll call you after the show. Doug is something else, man.
Never mind, we gonna talk later.
Yeah, we're gonna talk later. Yeah. What else you got, Jim?
Oh man! Now, of course, we're going to take a blast of the past. We were talking earlier about that the Bowman Ozan team
Okay.
and 2000. You were the class of 2002. Guys went to the state tournament, state championship, loses the game to Dallas Lincoln. And first, I always people. One of the biggest misnomers or the biggest myths on that game, which I call it a misnomers, is if you didn't know any better, people would think that like Kendrick Perkins laid an egg in the game,
Oh,
and it's not. And
completely.
it's certainly. And this is a time for real, because you hear people say it all again. It was a moment where Chris Bosh. It was highly anticipated. Chris Bosh went against Kendrick Perkins.
Okay.
Chris Bosh was a class older. He was part of the class of 2002. Kendrick Perkins was a class of 2003. So the elder and that team that year from Dallas Lincoln, they were undefeated. Coach Bishop was the coach. He was Superman, good guy. That team was rolling. They had Hopkins, who ended up turned down several, what they were known as Power Fives today, turned down several of those to stay at home and invest in SMU. I think I think Jimmy Tubbs, I think may have been the coach back then at SMU, if I'm not mistaken. But take us back that game. You started in the state championship game. Now, first let's address this Kendrick Perkins and Chris Bosh. Did Chris Bosh whoop Kendrick Perkins in that game?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Chris Bosh had the better team that game. I'll be honest, man. Perk did what he had to do. I think their numbers was almost identical. Chris Bosh really expanded his game at the time where he was really, really operating really and truly a little bit before his time as far as that stretch four. He was popping out doing his deal, but at the same time, Perk was getting busy down low. I think they both had like 23 and 10. You looking at one of the guys that dropped the ball that night. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. But
What you didn't do, coach?
I mean, you look back at it, man, it's true. We won a lot when I was at Ozan, man. Coach Butte had us ready every night.
Right.
But you do think about the ones that you didn't just, take care of. All the wins, all the championship. We went 36-0 the other year. But you think about the opportunity. I mean, the year before.
Right.
And that 01, we went 36-0 and won it. But even to that point, man, we played against a hungry Dallas Lincoln team, man. They had it on their mind, man. They was really the better team that day because they watched us. They lost in the semifinals that Thursday and had to go watch the state championship game. They went to the crib. They didn't get a chance to play us that first year. And so I'll be honest, man, them boys had something on their mind that whole year. And they could not wait for that game. And with us, being there before, having understanding the moment we was in and they attacked it, man. They got after us, man. That third quarter, man, I don't forget stuff like that. They came out of halftime and they turned the boys on and, it was kind of catch up after that.
And correction, I want to give you guys the statistics, the official statistics from that particular game. That Chris Bosh finished with 21 points, 11 rebounds, 7 blocks, right? And he was 10 for 17 from the field. He only attempted 1 free throw the entire game. He had
Hey, man,
8.
look, man, come on, man. I just got this job. I got good energy. Why you bringing all this up, man?
You said you wanted this. You said you wanted this.
No, I did.
I didn't give your stats yet.
No, don't do that now.
Okay. No, but I want
All right,
to
let me be quiet.
Coach, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what people learn about you. You just owned up. You said, if I had been better, you did the Bill Russell just now. If I had been better, we'd have won the game. Don't too many players say that, Coach.
Hey, man, look, Byron Hopkins got the best of me that game. It is what it is. I got to stand on that.
I don't know who he is, Coach. I know who you are. So
I appreciate
forget about B-Hop.
The thing that I was putting out there was the fact that Kendrick Perkins had 20 points, 14 rebounds.
Okay.
And 5 blocks.
Right.
The thing was, it was a moment in the game. The third quarter was pivotal.
I didn't see it.
Right.
It was a
2-point game.
It was a 1 possession game at the half. The third quarter was pivotal because in that quarter, it seemed like Ozan just kept giving the ball up. When they did, KP would get down, and I think Bosch had a moment where he blocked a couple of shots. You know, and he made defensive plays, but Perk had 5 blocks himself.
Ooh, right.
I mean, Perk had 20, 14, and 5.
Let me tell you.
Team had 27 turnovers.
Right, and shoot, I think I had 5 or 6 of them. But this is the deal, kind of spinning it full circle. When I first got here, I got here over the weekend, and had to go in the drum immediately. And I vividly remember us warming up in the game, and I think still to this day, and I'm not bragging or boasting or none of that, but it is what it is. I think it was probably like the most attended state championship game in Texas history, because I remember being in the drum and we was warming up, and they added like an extra 1,000 seats at the bottom. And the other side of it is, people don't remember this, they were number 1 in the nation.
Yes.
I think at the time we were like number 6 or 7 in the nation. I don't remember exactly, but this was the wild thing. We were number 1 in the state, and they was number 2 in the state. So I just say all that like it was a big stage.
It was a battle.
It was a battle, and Dallas Lincoln had that extra little, man, hey, forget all that. And they shoot, man, they got that ring, man.
Coach, I wasn't there, but I just know, because I can't, y'all done left something open for me, because there's somebody on this feed that I got to mess with right quick. I'd like to say, if you had a better assistant coach on y'all team that day, y'all would have won. Boy, he finna be mad at me. He finna get mad at me right now. He finna get mad at me right now.
That's some chop. That's chopping it up right there. That's chopping it up.
I couldn't help it, Walter, but I couldn't help it. My bad, baby. My bad. They left me wide open for that.
Hey, if he was more locked in to grab me and say, hey, boy, you know what's going on right now? Go on, get out there and do what you got to do. Maybe I would have not had 5 or 6 turnovers. But I'm out there like, whatever.
Hey, man. Walter, my bad, Walter, man. Don't get me. Don't get me. Don't get me. I couldn't. I do this all the time to him, so I couldn't resist it.
That's funny.
I couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist it.
Yeah, nah, man. That's my man Yates, man.
Yeah.
Young Yates too, man. Fresh out Yates.
Fresh out.
Fresh out.
Jimmy, how we gonna end this one, Jimmy?
Yeah, and of course we're right there at the finish line on this thing. Now I want to ask you a good question.
Yes, sir.
Back in regard to the portal and recruiting, real quick. You've seen it from afar. Everybody has different type of evaluations and projections on their kids. What right now? Let's say there's an 11. Remember it's general. You can. This is not. You just tune in. NCAA prevents college coaches from speaking publicly about prospective student athletes from the 7th grade on up. Let's get that out the way. Now, in regards to recruiting, if there's an 11th grader going to the 12th grade, he might have played with some of these sneaker teams. He went to these different events, and he has some D2, D3s biting, no Division I offers. And let's say he's a guard like yourself. You got full packages, you got good grades. What do you suggest that person gamble on themselves or take what they got based on, because knowing what the transfer portal is out there on the horizon? What are you suggesting? What's your
Uh,
advice?
yeah, and I appreciate you getting that other stuff out the way because I'm not trying to,
Right.
But just personal advice, if it was my kid, that's really a personal decision, man. That's really, I'm not trying to ride the fence, but it really is. Um, you know, you gotta figure out what's important to you, whether it's playing at this level or is it, getting a good education and being around people that believe in you and that really want to invest in you so you can maximize yourself out. Um, I was at that Division II level, man, where they have big time players, man. A lot of pros come out of there, and because everybody can't get on that 13-man roster, so it become a numbers game. So part of investing in yourself is just saying, hey, I'm gonna go bet on myself with the people that have been recruiting me and the people that want me to be there. Now, on the other side, some people are like, hey, this is my goal, this is what I want. I'm cool with gambling and doing this, and I'm cool with the results. I might end up left up with nothing in my hand. You know what I mean? But if they're okay with that gamble, then hey, that's a personal decision. If they want to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm not gonna chase this or look for this. I'm gonna roll with the people that's rolling with me. That's the other side of it. So
All right,
it's really a personal decision.
that's a good thing. Now, what advice do you have for the graduated senior who's going into college right now? Parents out there watching the Chop Shop, and you've seen several incoming freshman classes after so many weeks or so many days. They're like ready to go back home. They're like, they've never been talked to like this. What advice do you have for those parents of those incoming freshmen, and what they should do when their son or daughters call home and they say, "Mama, I'm ready to come home. I'm ready to quit," and it ain't Labor Day yet.
I'm only laughing because, dog, you silly, man. It ain't even Labor Day yet.
You you get what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying, and two things: love on them and remind them what they're doing. You gotta love on them. It is what it is because when you come in as an incoming freshman, it's all brand new. It's on ground zero, and they're second guessing or trying to figure it out. It's like, man, this coach was recruiting the heck out of me. He just kicked me out of practice. So their minds all over the place. So you gotta love on them. It is what it. You have to. And then you gotta trust the staffs that are there. You got to let them breathe a little bit too. You got to love on them, but you got to let them breathe as far as you trusted your baby being there. You trusted these staff. You got to trust that they're doing their job. And you can't micromanage. Once that starts happening, the kid gets all, you got to just let it breathe for a little bit, especially like in the summer. Let them just kind of figure it out. Love on them when they come home for a day or two. You know what I mean? And then the last thing was just kind of reminding them why they're doing what they're doing, man. They need some reassurance from somebody that they know that loves them 100%, you know. And I think it's possibly that simple. I know it's other factors. Every kid is different.
Different, right?
But that's what I would say. That's what I would try to do. That's what kind of helped me when I was at Lamar trying to figure it out. My parents, I was lucky to have both of them involved in it where, they just reminded me what I'm there for. So
Now you were a pretty good free throw shooter back in high school, right?
only high school, but that's another story.
Now,
What? Hold up,
you
Brandon.
were,
Hold up, Jimmy. Hold that one, Jimmy. Brandon, why? How could you leave from high school and then go to? I'm asking this for a reason. What happened? Because my son did the same thing
I,
as a
I
freshman.
set my I set myself up for that one, man. Sometimes, you just gotta be quiet sometimes. I walk right into that. I put myself right in that one. Honestly, I didn't work on it. I figured working on everything else, in college, your mind's going 100 miles an hour. I thought, man, it's free throws, man. I'm good. I'm going to make them. And I literally didn't get my 100 free throws in every day after practice. And it come out in the wash. Yeah, you ain't no good free throw shooter. Well, how much do you work on your free throws? So that was it.
Why did you
Now,
ask that, Jimmy? Because I got a story I want to
I
ask
asked
you
that
about.
because I wanted to ask you
Uh-huh.
on the current staff that you own at University of Texas men's basketball. If all of the coaches had a free throw shooting contest, who you think would win?
Hey, I've been betting on myself for 30 years, man. I got to bet on myself. I mean, what we even talking about? What we even
What
talking
you
about?
think he gonna say somebody else?
I mean,
Hey,
If he do, I'm clicking him off the
RT got a
show.
smooth stroke. RT got a smooth stroke.
Nah, yeah, he do, but I'll give you another one. It come out
RT
in the
gonna have his
wash.
shirt tucked in his pants while he's shooting his free throw.
Oh, with the belt on and everything.
Yeah.
If you put your faith in the hands of another man, you got to deal with the results. So I got to go with myself, man.
Hello. But Coach, I thought that was just me. So you were great in high school, and then you got to college. And the reason I'm saying is, my son, he shot 95% in high school. His freshman year, he shot 50%.
Yeah. Well, this is another factor. Not cutting you off.
Uh-huh.
How many times did he go to the
He
line?
didn't go to the line that many times. That's what happened. He didn't go to the line that many
numbers
times.
game. That was the same with me.
Yeah.
I stopped attacking as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I would only go to the line,
Yeah,
so
he
it
didn't
become
go.
a numbers game. So it probably was a little skewed a little bit, but still. You got to work on it, man.
I was kind of alarmed, though, Coach, because I said, but the games he needed to make them, he made them. The ones he needed to make.
He cut like that.
But then the next year, Jimmy, 89%, then 90%. Then the next 3 years it was better. But that freshman year, man, to all freshmen, boy, and I never talked to him about it because I didn't want to get in his head. I just said, man, just keep working.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of it too probably is, it's a different level, confidence a little different, you're figuring it out.
Right.
It's nothing like being poised at that line and having a confidence that you believe in yourself to make it, man. So.
Crazy. Boy, I can't wait to talk to him about it.
And we're going to shut it down in a second. And last question is, and this is, I guess, probably gonna hit you in the chest a little bit. That is, how do you deal with the kids that you have recruited to a school and you've gotten close to, and you have to go and let those kids know that you're leaving them?
Wow.
And those parents have entrusted them. How's that conversation go? And just tell us, is that relatively pretty smooth for you, or that a very hard task?
It's definitely hard because you invest and I think if you built the relationship the right way, it's hard. But when you said it hit you in the chest a little bit, it didn't hit me that hard, only because if you build that relationship, and this is my personal opinion, if you build that relationship with the kid and the family, and they really locked into you and the program and the head coach and everything, if you're leaving they understand. Like, they truly understand. Of course, it's tough. You build a relationship, you're around people, and you're really just invested in the program and the head coach. But, I think if you really built a real relationship, man, and, it might sting a little bit, but it'll come full circle. You do it. I think so the right way. I say that. I might have some hate text after this. I don't know. No. I mean, like, for me personally, every place I didn't move, man, I still have a relationship with all my people that I've come in contact with. So,
Coach, I got to get this one in, Coach.
Come on.
I got to get this last one in, Coach. This person here, man. One of these days, he gonna email us saying, man, we helped him, Coach. He asks all the questions. I hope he get this stuff right. Coach, here you go. Here you go. Hold on. That is, as a coach, what do you look for in a recruit? Scorer rebound, assist leader, or a ball hog and steals for a player that may be playing out of position, or a lower class 4A, a 3A player. Damn, that's a whole lot of shit. I don't even know what he's talking about. Did you get it, Coach? Because I didn't know what the hell he was
Yeah,
doing.
nah.
I
Bottom
got
line,
it.
I guess what he looked for in the player, and then I guess I'll paraphrase it and add
Please.
and remix it for you. What do you
Remix
look for
it.
in the recruit? Then how do you evaluate a player when you go watch them play against a lower classification high school setting, like a 4A or a 3A? How do you evaluate those? Because most of the players that they probably playing against is not going to be Division I prospects. So I'm going to probably paraphrase it like that. And that's
No. That's a good paraphrase. And again, you know, as assistant coaches, man, you have to, you have to deliver what your head coach wants. So that's number one. Number two, on my personal kind of opinion, man, it's just looking for guys that make winning plays and play winning basketball. That is the number one thing, regardless of position, points, height, whatever it is. It's winning plays, and I say that because if they play against a 3A team, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug Coach Butte's teams and our teams at Ozan because if we play guys that weren't necessarily had the same dreams and aspirations as we did in our team, we played like they was Dallas Lincoln. You know what I mean? We didn't take off no nights. And so if a kid can do that mean it carry over. Like, yeah, I think coaches are smart enough to understand who they're playing against or whatever the case may be. But if there's still good body language, they're still dabbing up their teammates, they're still running up and down the floor regardless, and they're not too cool or just think the moment's whatever, and it carry over. It take care of itself.
man. Hey,
I'm gonna run something across the screen that Chris Walker said the other day, and this would I think a lot of parents just still don't understand. Stop complaining and compete. Stop complaining at home, that ride home from school, that ride home from practice. Stop letting him complain and you tell his little ass to compete. Because if he's trying to go play with this man here on the 40 acres, man, talent is just the price of admission.
Yeah.
That's just the price of admission. He still got to get up there and compete.
Yeah. That's real talk. That's real talk. As far as
Go on.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
that's all I had to say. I mean, it's crazy that they just won't. He all district. He all this. He all this. He all this. But he ain't got no offer. But you done saw him 100 times now.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna have the parents back a little bit on this because after games and when they're so invested and they're at home at them dinner tables with them kids saying, "Ma, I want to do this. Dad, I want to do this." So they're hearing this, and so I think a lot of times they want to help push their kids into their dreams. So after games, you're gonna have a conversation.
I got you.
I think that gets kind of jammed up a little bit because I don't mind a passion. This is me personally, man. I don't mind a passionate parent that talks about it and this and that. I just think whenever it happens, whether it's you got to listen to your high school coach, you got to listen to whatever travel, whoever's helping you out in the process, you got to trust them. But then when they get to the next level, when they're in college, you just got to just trust. It's the hardest thing in the world to do. But I think that would eliminate a lot of things in a sense, and most of them do. But parents get a hard rap, man. A lot of them do trust. It's a lot of factors.
well, man, we definitely thank you, man, and appreciate it, man. We're so
You knocked
proud
it out the park, bro.
and this is a great. You guys that were watching, Brandon Chappelle. He's a new men's assistant basketball coach at the University of Texas. Is going to be he's going to excel and beyond.
I appreciate that.
And we also want to remind you guys to share the show on your way out the door. If you haven't shared the show this hour, you don't be selfish. Let somebody else get some of this conversation. And if they have you gotten your if somebody questions, how can they get in touch with you? Is there a social media page or whatnot?
Yeah, my Twitter account. I'll be honest, it's been a lot lately. And then the number one deal was getting here with the guys and with the staff and getting on one page. I really took that the first deal. That's number one priority. And then, but yeah, on Twitter is a good way to reach me. I'm gonna get caught up with all that here in a little bit, and I want to be somebody that you can touch and reach out to. It's hard to touch everybody, but man, appreciate all the love and I would say this: I'm the type. I don't know how other people are, man. Hey, you're never annoying. Like, you know what I mean? Until somebody just tells you, "Hey, stop." No, hey, stop. Like a lot of times, man, when it's a lot going on, you run it back. It kind of work its way to the top, and so don't ever hesitate. And it's never annoying, man. People want advice. People want to help their kids, and it's a big network that's just bigger than that. That first moment. You know what I mean? So, y'all have my Twitter and everything. It's Bezo Chappelle, BZOCHAPPELL. Hit me up. That's it, man. 40 acres.
There you go, knocking out the box, man. Out the box. There you have it, of course, Brandon Chappelle, man. We appreciate that, man. And guess what, guys? It is time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Tuesday. Guess what? We're going right back to the Golden Triangle. We got another Beaumont day. The first time in the history of the Chop Shop, back-to-back days, two guys from Beaumont live on the show. And we have another all-time great coming on tomorrow. And guess what? It's on Women Rock Wednesday. He's going to be talking about the female basketball scene. They just won the Nike Nationals with the EYBL, with the chicks. His name is Omar Sneed. You guys look that up. Omar Sneed is live with us tomorrow, and it's going to be rocking now. However, Omar's time is going to be a little different. It's going because they've started school. He's a school teacher. And he's got permission from the principal. They're going to let him come on out and do his thing and come up missing for a few minutes and chop it up with us on the Chop Shop. So he's going to be on 12:30 Central Time on Wednesday. So not the top of the hour, 12:30 Central Time. Omar Sneed is going to be live with us on the Chop Shop. But we thank you, Brandon Chappelle. Appreciate it.
409 legend.
There you go, legend. Man. Indeed, 409 legend. And it's going to be a great convo because Omar got a lot to get off his chest. He said he been seeing all y'all, how you been ignoring the Golden Triangle for years. And so then it's really go down and on tomorrow. I can't wait. I got some questions for him. But anyway, thanks a bunch, Coach. We appreciate it, man. Tell the whole staff. I see you guys in a couple of weeks, maybe next week. I might duck on up in there and do the hokey pokey and come on up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
You know they love you around here, man. I told Coach I was hopping on, man. He said, "Hey, man, that's my man down there, man. Go do what you got to do."
For sure, man. Go all the way back, man. Hey, and appreciate it, man. Thanks a bunch. Hey, for Robert Haller, this is Jim Hicks. Of course, Chris Walker, he's traveling today. We'll see you guys on tomorrow. Peace. We up out here. Chop, chop.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop.